Sex in today's education can be a touchy matter according to parents, teachers, and authorities figures.
Young people face important decisions about relationship, sexuality, and sexual behaviors.
Since anything to do with sex is subject to be private, many individuals are afraid to disclose about the topic and its issues.
Thus, society has the responsibility to prepare youths by providing them with comprehensive health education that will help them to make healthy decisions.
Abstinence is the only practice taught, and if you are aware of these surroundings, many of these tactics are not working.
But it is not enough for programs to include decisions of abstinence, contraceptions, to help young people avoid unwanted pregnancy and disease.
The consequences of these acts are affecting many young people's lives.
The decisions they make can impact their health, well-being for the rest of their lives. Join us on our platform on the screen below
to break the silence of sex and sexuality.
Strictly with the principles of no rumors, no speculations, factual reporting, interesting interview, and exciting features with us, the network. Good day, viewers there. How are you all doing? Welcome to the Sexual and Reproductive Network, a platform where we brighten sexual and reproductive health topic on associated topics to light. With me today on the panelists, I have a gentleman and a lady here who deem it very, very necessary to actually come out and speak the voice of the people they are actually representing. As you all know, and you have been following our adverts, we are the Sexual and Reproductive Health Network coming live on Ijoko TV. These are people who actually deem it very, very necessary to have an impact on the sex education in the Gambia. And we are actually trying to look many broader perspective of sex education, because when you know that when we talk about sex, we seem to see that many people are silent over the issue. Without going more further, I would like to introduce my panelists, or let them introduce themselves so that the show can be lively and we can get to know each other more before we start. I would like to start from my far right.
Okay, my name is Nima Sanya.
Okay, Nima Sanya, can you tell us which school are you from? And
from the Gambia College School of Nursing and Midwifery.
Oh, thank you very much, Nima, for that wonderful introduction, and I will allow the gentleman to introduce himself.
Yeah, my name is Omar Trawale, attending the School of Nursing, Nurse Attendants.
Well, thank you very much, Umar, for also that introduction. Today, the topic of discussion is sex education in the Gambia, and we have, we are actually very reminded of when we are in our primary school, there is a topic that we always learn about, and that is the population and family life education. But if you are actually following all these conversations and all other recent changes, we tend to see that that is actually amended. We are no more having the population and family life as a subject, because we believe that it was a subject, it was a subject that actually helped us very well, because during those times, people are actually aware of their sexual status and their reproductive health, their reproductive rights, and other well. So I would like Umar Trawale to actually give us some bulletins about the importance of sex education in the Gambia. Umar Trawale, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much, my host. Thank you for that opportunity that you gave me.
Welcome.
I'm really glad to be part of this platform. Simply reason is I wanted to express myself regarding issues that are happening out there with our sexual lives. Actually, today we've seen a lot of marriages being broken, teenage pregnancies. We've seen a lot of them out there.
Yeah,
it is because we're not having that much information about sex. So I think it will be deemed necessary for us to know about sex. Today, when I am at home, try to sit with my mom or dad, try to talk about him about sex, he will say, "You're very young. Why would you want to talk to me about sex?" So he will be like, "You spoiled." Well, that is not the case.
So, absolutely.
You should sit with your parents, more especially when you getting into your teenage life. You understand?
Yeah.
Your parents should call you, start telling you, okay, this is what would happen to you. This might be some of the experiences you've been having with your sexual status.
So,
you understand?
for sure.
But you might see a girl child, the first time of her getting menstruation would be panicked. would not even know what to do.
So let me not cut you. Do you mean that parents actually contribute for people for their children not actually being aware of sex when they are in their teenage stage?
Yes.
Okay.
I am quite sure of that.
Okay.
Because when you looked at the percentage of this country, it is going to be only 2% who encourage their children to know about sex, their sex status,
which is actually important.
You understand?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like you rightly said, it is very important for us to know about our sexual status.
So
you understand?
So.
It started from the grassroots. You understand? If you do not know things in your grassroots level, for you to know them when you're getting old, it's gonna be like
very
difficult for you.
For sure. Absolutely.
Sometimes people might even tempt like you know about it, what you didn't know. So it will be damn necessary for you to go in and know it when you're in your grassroots level.
All right.
And you brought in something that is very vital, and I love it. That is, Minister of Education should look into it. We would really love to see this topic, this subject back into the system.
For sure.
You understand? We need children to know about their status.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, sir.
Notwithstanding, I would like to give the opportunity to Nima Sanyan to speak to us in local language if she is comfortable with that.
Yeah, Jerejef Ali. Like what I want to say is that Hamganun young people, we have little knowledge about the sexual and reproductive health, and it can have impact in our health also. So supposedly like non-jigeni or boysy or adolescent, like they want to know our body system. We have to know everything. When you are sexually active, please try to see a gynecologist or a doctor so that that doctor can counsel you, so that you can know more about this STI. When you are, when you are sexually active, you are prone to most infections, especially this HIV and AIDS. And this syphilis, all those stuff.
And also not to cut you, many people think that when you talk about this sexual and sex STDs, they think it's only HIV. Do we have any other additional sexually transmitted disease that we have apart from HIV and AIDS?
Yeah, we are having gonorrhea is there.
Okay.
Gonorrhea is there, and syphilis.
Syphilis, okay.
Yeah, chlamydia. And pubic lice.
Okay, okay. So those are among all the sexual transmitted diseases that we have.
Yeah.
Okay, then that is a very, very, very interesting presentation that you actually made about the importance of sex education in the Gambia. And you actually made mention of a very unique point that I actually love, that is people who are sexually active. Now looking at this at a broader perspective, we tend to believe that people who are sexually active more are the youths. We don't expect adults to be more sexually active because we know that at the youthful stage, it's where your body or your anatomical structure of your body is actually very, very comfortable to do certain types of people. Because we don't expect a 70-year-old man to have the same sexual lifestyle as a 18-year or a 20-year or 25-year man. So we don't. So this is telling us that the approach should actually come back to the youth. Like there should be more sensitization about sex education, because we are seeing about something that you actually mentioned again, that is teenage pregnancy. People are actually getting pregnant. More of the reason for this is because they are not aware. They can go and have sex when they are on their fertile phase. So with this knowing of sex education, you can be able to actually go back and trace when you are actually fertile and when you are not actually fertile. In another words, that is to say, you have sex when it is actually necessary, and you have sex when it is not actually very necessary. Omar, do you have any other additional thing that you want to lament on regarding sex education in the Gambia?
Yes, I wanted to come in the point that you're talking about, and that is like, you as a person should know when to have sex. And you should be ready for sex.
Exactly.
It doesn't mean you would just come out there and have sex.
Exactly.
Or maybe peer pressure makes you to have sex.
Yeah.
It should be on your own will to have sex.
So in another words, you are telling us that people engage into sex because they are curious about it. As you talk of the peer influence.
Yes.
So because if you are my friend, I start telling you that I am having sex with this guy, I'm having sex with this guy, and you are seeing to it that you are comfortable hearing it, you will be curious to actually engage in that sex activities.
Of course. And I wanted to clear a point for you here.
Okay.
That is about sex. You see sex, there are criteria that suit sex.
Okay.
You understand?
Yes.
Some of those criteria, you must have the 8 consent of sex.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yes.
It's very important.
So what is the 8 consent of sex if we are to take from a broader perspective?
16 years.
16 years. So it means that when you are 16 years, you have a consent for sex, and this is not actually implying under our society here, because we don't know about it. If you don't tell me about a 16-year-old person or a 16-year-old child should actually have a consent for sex, we don't know. Because if you see 16-year-old child engaging into sex, we might think that that child is a prostitute, or that child is actually not having a norm for sex and other things, though there are other benefits and disadvantages. But knowing that the age consent of sex is 16, so this is an added advantage to our knowledge. Continue, please.
So that is actually what I am trying to put in. These are some of the points that are very vital for us to know.
Yes.
And the other thing is the reproductive health of your partner, your sexual partner, should be known.
Exactly.
It is very important.
Exactly.
You understand? Whomever that you should partner to have sex with, you should know that individual's status of health.
In another word, means to break the silence of the underlying thing that is actually there as a sexual problem.
Yes. I wanted to come to this point.
Okay.
You know, for instance, today I will take an example. For instance, I am having the urge to have sex with Nima. What I should do first is, I should ask the consent of Nima. And before having the sex, I should have a discussion, thorough discussion with Nima.
It means in your partner, your sexual partner.
Very good.
Exactly.
Very good. It's very important to know her problems when it comes to sex.
Exactly.
This is very important and it's very vital. If I know that from Nima, I would never hurt Nima when having sex with Nima.
Thank you very much for
You understand?
that. Yeah.
Nima would always understand and would know when I need pleasure.
Pleasure. Absolutely.
You understand?
Absolutely.
This is my add-up for now.
Yeah. For
yes.
now. Nima, do you want to come in?
Yeah, you know that like many marriages here, before you marry, before you go into marriage, you need to know your status. For example, like the example you gave me. So you want to have sexual intercourse with me, and you don't know my status. I might be a HIV positive person, and you did not know that.
Exactly.
So I can infect you with that virus. And it will cause more harm than good.
So that is actually what you people, I mean, in another word, I can see that the studio is actually being heated with already, because it is already an interesting topic. You know, if we take this from an experience from the society, anybody who comes to talk about sex education, it's actually very interesting. But the person, you know, the person or the people who are responsible to be doing these works are not actually being there, or despite that they are actually trying, but like we tend to see that there is a lack of sex education in the Gambia, and that is leading to many teenage pregnancy, leading to many infection rates and all that, because if people are not aware of their sexual status, they can go and actually infect another people.
Yes, Mr. Like what you're saying is very important.
Exactly.
Communication is very important.
Yeah.
When you're giving communication, it should reach the person that you're giving communication.
Yeah.
Thank you very
Communication should not just be given like you wanted to give it.
Exactly.
And I would say like the people responsible for doing it are not doing it.
Yeah.
They are doing it.
They are doing, but
I think
it's not
more
effective.
effort should be added on.
Exactly.
You understand?
Exactly.
Imagine if I am going to a Wolof community and you expect me to speak Mandinka all out to those people to understand what I am delivering to them.
Yeah.
How would they understand?
No, it will be difficult.
I think I should give it to them best to their ability. How they can understand it.
For sure.
You understand?
For sure.
If a client come to you at the hospital or at any place that you delivered your service about her or him knowing about his or her sexual status, you have to give that individual
the room for expression.
You understand?
Exactly.
And sometimes you might see some other people like, I would just come and explain my problem, start explaining my problem. You know, like I am having a problem in my genitalia. You just got me. This is what causes it. This is what causes it. You understand? You should actually know what that individual is suffering from. You understand?
It's a good point.
Allow the guy to express him or herself.
Yeah.
From there, you can then go ahead with it.
For sure. For sure.
You understand?
Yes.
These are some of the important things that we should be looking into.
So absolutely, as you just mentioned that there are people actually designated to do so. As you know, we are all student nurses. They may need necessary to come as student nurses because it is backed by our work portfolios and others. Our nurses should be advocate for their patients' right. And also having this opportunity from Joko TV is actually very impressive because we see many TV stations, but you could never see most of the TV stations talking about sex education. Welcome back after that short commercial. Just to remind you, once again, you are watching the Sexual and Reproductive Health Talk Show, which is coming your way every Thursday live at Joko TV. Not to waste more time, we stop at a place where it is very important, that is the importance of sex education. And the studio was very hot and discussions were very, very fruitful. Now, not to waste more time again, I would just like my panelists to actually continue from where they stop. Umatarwale, maybe if you can give us some vibes in the local language, it will be useful for some.
Yeah, so I think I would be glad to do so.
Exactly.
Mbading jibe la milben jibe kam tolle nata lening nanyim programme on kamin sotale mi alonko abe dending na fengola
The sexual and reproductive health.
Yeah, na sexual reproductive health. No mo jela ya lo man kamani go di barin ka try na. So minala ko tenge doron kom ka fale nyame. Akuma yata bakele pour na lo kangol long kata na taradlala ni yalon ko abe dending mfangol la njado la sokora
wulunya kangol be nyame
na wulunya be nyame hanin ngam fango soto nyame ke yani musu ya kan faham ke ninta mo ke nyanam fango lon na ke ya do
exactly
muso fana nyana fango lon na la musu ya barin ka jele sai akoko dia bakele pour mo le nyil lon dal mune ko sabu karanyale dasata min nyanna dila molla nyanna dila nyame buka di wo nyam so ngamere nyimbe mu wala mi yalon ko nyanam fa ma ko la to ye kuma do fo jang ni angale kamala la fo fo la ni manika kamala wolon ko ika mol jere mi yalon ko like nun dala nu birin dol ba karam mo to ngamere dol leketa nu karam bundindi la bangal mi yalon ko na wato subject o soto je mi yalon ko ka fa ko pof effect mi yalon ko aka mol karandi kata ila kenya la le ka understand musu yabe nyaade de ke yabe nyaade de ni be kafu nyolo la anyanna ke la nyaade e ka understand
exactly
bari ni yo bondi je anu na suwol kono fana mbuko karansi fal soto je bawo na wululal bu kala fingo karansi fa ke ni aje ndundo kacha si fal kono doro e ka fale nyin kay kari di mo say wo keta dindin tiñaari ngol
tiñaata
la fa nyin concept le bondi la mol kon ka tandi la ko nyimu fengol ti mi yalon ko nteni te be nyana nyillon na ikan kala ika jelen kambe fo ñinon kuwoti mi yalon ko ñanna kelale andu ñanna ño kala mutandila lale tubabol ka fo mi sensitization ntol ñanna ño kala mutandila lale ikam fam ñimu kuwoti mi yalon ko akum mayatale
ba ke fam
wululal ñanna lolale ñim manke olli ka fo ko government damal la loblamu wala ñanna ñinkela wala milliardon ko be do wala je wala ñanna kela bari na alfa mil be sirin su kono wal fana ñanna ma koy lale you can understand alfa ni government anin do ku dulal milliardon ko wala marta ñina ni wal kafuta ñom kanyin kele abe sone yala dindingo dindimbe su kono mi yalon ko abe bokala dindi yato la abe dunkan ala keba ya kono anyana ñin ko wollon na ko nga fono nyame futu jolle banta jam mi yalo nyinne ka sabu because imalo minya nakake ni nga atara no wolon talanu futu wal nyinde banna futu be diala le
to nya
bari they lack yole lack
awareness
you can understand tubabol ko mi kala mutandiro imo wole sota ala ko
exactly
you can understand woto mbe min kala doron mbe murule kambake follow nga kacha samba ba wondol doron tijan pour isaje kacha se tano nyaato da
abarka bake Omar yemi fo aseniata bake abetiata bake comme ça ya fa nyami ko wululal nyana ma ko la sokonto ma ba mal ni di muso so kon ka jale ko ni problem mo be ka ke because musol le ka gana vulnerable because ni ko vulnerable most of the time wala musol jamal le ka ni experience ni ajibe because musol le ka ni ko le because ito le ka je ko at the first instant ki la first menstruation de mi ya ko ito fanka paniki ma mo no
me kundu la fana la je ni mu kuleti mi ya lonko asa hayata anu ngala fi wato wati nimbe sila dawda ngam mol kala mutandi nyina
exactly
ibuka je wululal mil ka fay dingole ko ni kanata ni dada gambano le ania sunjo mai ko mala fay bu ko moy
wate yoda male fo
sunjo da so comme scenario si fa kedal mi yalon ko nga business le wulula ka dimoy ko ni sunjo ma duri ba kono mala ñin dindi ngo dara sate kono ani kambano data wato soro biriya muru tanan har je na ta tarawo ko kono ala wulula ka fonde ma fay kale sunjo ma akay ko andi man sunjo ma afa plane
min bije
daya fa ko ñin ni oke ñine be tara ku nandi tola ni ñin ñinke ñine be tara ku nandi tola ni o fa ate dindi ngo balon nale abe lon kango min tala kata ko wol ka fa
abarga bage uma tarwale do bi jane mi to come back to our panelists, that is Nyima Sanyo to also brief us in the local language, most especially Wolof.
Okay, kon Omar num ko don waxe rek. Gis nga like luma wara Monica ne like gis nga jigen su first just menstruation. I can take example like myself. The day that I first see my menstruation, like I was panic.
Wow.
What is this? Like blocking engagement. So like mangi halat lu nekk mu ngi ñew ci sama boppa bi. So like I had to go to my mom and told her that sorry, mangi is full. So how am I like that? First thing that what she told me like it was like yangi food. So góor bu la laal sax da nga biir. So like hanga education be like more lack foofu noonu. So daf ma waroon a wax exact hanga tamit time ma doon dem ay grade 7 yooyu noonu ma ngi nekk concentrate, so I was like exposed to this pop FLA stuff like that. So man don't jang a lot from that, but after getting caught up, so I was not learning much about sexual and reproductive health. Woman you you know, as a girl child I want to learn more about this sexual and reproductive health.
Exactly.
Like it is really lacking, and the most vulnerable people, like victims in
teenage pregnancy, all other things,
teenage pregnancy, abortion rate really high, everything is high STDs, in the Gambia, STD was not so like no what a hamlan more faneka, no what a hamlan what a def every day wala every month, then what them see a gynecologist, especially girls can boom feel shy. You should not be shy because of your sexual health, because if you are sexually active and always staying home, you will come to us and be complaining I'm having abdominal pain, all those stuff. So, Luli, like, make good sense. Just go to the gynecologist. Don't be shy. Walk on more faneka. Walk on digabi. Walk on more faneka.
Platform will enable many people to actually understand, because we are not only coming here to sensitize but to also advocate for the sexual education to be implemented in the Gambia. Because if you are going across this one and other part of the world, we tend to see that in other parts of the world, when you are 18 years, when you are 15 years, a girl child or a male child will actually understand all the sexual reproductive part. You understand? But in the Gambia here,
Gambia fee, xale yi 13 14 years da nga dee biir.
exactly
comme time boobu noonu. léegi nii ak time boobu noonu. nekkuñ benn. time boobu noonu. da nga dee gis ne. comme da ngay dem ba boori 18 years yooyu noonu nga dee start gis sa fóot. but léegi nii da nga dee gis xale yi ñu am 11 years sax dañ dee gis fóot. so the problem is xale yi dañ war a am. loolu moo nekk dégg
about their reproductive system.
That is just you to continue on where you stop.
Hanga tamit like jigen so neke sexually active or even a male like so neke na yang sexually active, it can have impact on your sexual health because tamit you can be contracted with this STIs, UTIs, all those stuff. So when you have it, like danga wara need to go to a gynecologist or else the fla affect in the future. So nun nak lulundang nun ko lack fini. So we need help from the ministries or any other NGOs that can help us sensitize the general public about the sexual and reproductive health, especially the adolescents.
Thank you very much for that wonderful detailed presentation. As you are saying, we need to know about our sexual reproductive health. If other people are not doing it, this is the place we are doing it and we will implement it. We just need your support of you following us on Jogo TV, because this is what we actually want to do. If other people we say that they are dedicated to do the work and they are not doing the work, we are here as student nurses and we will do our responsibility. Just try to help us by following, sharing our links to other people. Tell your sister to follow this program. tell your brothers, tell your mothers, tell everybody, because everybody is sexually active. This is the platform. Just come, tell everybody near you to follow this TV. And if you also want to sponsor this show, just follow the links on this screen below to actually get to know and you follow us. This is the numbers to contact, or these are the links to actually follow our programs on. Everybody is actually invited. We are not perfect. We are only student nurses. The little thing that we know is what we are going to bring here. And if we see to it that it is not enough, we will invite some gynecologists, we will invite physician assistant, we will invite any other people from a higher institution to come and relay the information to you. So in order to not to waste time, I would like to get last word from two of my panelists and we can close for the day.
Okay. Maluma would advise adolescents or those who are sexually active is that, like, don't take the risk. If you are sexually active, just go to a gynecologist.
Exactly.
And if you are not sexually active, don't let peer influence or partner pressure to lead you to have sex with a person.
Exactly. Thank you very much, Nima. Finally, Mr. Tarawal.
Dina bëgg mu wax lolu ci olof tamit pour ñu nekk di dégg tamit.
Okay, xaaral moo ko si waral. Like lu ma doon explain moo nekk ne su fekkee ne yow yaa ngi am sexual intercourse with your partner, so da nga war a dem si hospital bi all the time, especially every month wala every 2 months pour nga dem check sa bopp.
Exactly.
And also su fekkee yow nekkuloo di am any sexual intercourse, bul nangu sa xarit yi. Peer influence.
Force la nga
bul nangu sa xarit yi force la nga dem am sex with a person, or bul nangu sa partner I could like date many safar mu force la pour nga am sex with him.
Exactly.
So loolu rek laa leen nekk di ñaan, and please just protect yourself, stay strong, and everything will be okay.
All right, thank you very much for that wonderful judgments.
Yeah, thank you very much, Mr. I would also come into the conclusion. Like what I wanted to say overall is that we know you might stop yourself from having sex.
Exactly.
Abstain yourself.
For sure.
But you might not abstain somebody from having sex.
Yeah.
What is the best way to do that? Educate that person in how to do it.
Exactly.
So man, like lumay wax ne moy, like let the authorities come, parents come, shareholders, stakeholders, ñu jappalé, we help each other.
For sure.
In trying to develop our sexual education
in
the Gambia.
Exactly.
Man loolu laa am.
All right, thank you very much for following. Just to remind you, you are watching the Sexual and Reproductive Health Network coming in your life every Thursday at Joko TV. We are student nurses who deem it necessary to come and advocate for the rights and the privilege of the of people who are not aware of their sexual status. So please do join us frequently and share our links to your various friends and family members so that they can benefit from it. And our special thanks to our cameraman and the technical team here. They are trying very well in making sure that we implement or we send out the message there. Because when we came, they welcome our idea and they deem it necessary to actually come down and be with us to help us to share this sexual education in the Gambia. Thank you all. Wish to see you again next week.
Thank you.
Your host, Muhammad Ali Bari. Thank you very much. Sex in today's education can be a touchy matter according to parents, teachers, and authorities figures.
Young people face important decisions about relationship, sexuality, and sexual behaviors.
Since anything to do with sex is subject to be private, many individuals are afraid to disclose about the topic and its issues.
Thus, society has the responsibility to prepare youths by providing them with comprehensive health education that will help them to make healthy decisions.
Abstinence is the only practice taught, and if you are aware of these surroundings, many of these tactics are not working.
But it is not enough for programs to include decisions of abstinence, contraceptions, to help young people avoid unwanted pregnancy and disease.
The consequences of these acts are affecting many young people's lives.
The decisions they make can impact their health, well-being for the rest of their lives. Join us on our platform on the screen below
to break the silence of sex and sexuality
strictly with the principles of no rumors, no speculations, factual reporting, interesting interview, and exciting features with us, the network.